Okay, we're gonna start now, okay?
Okay.
So watch this video and see and tell me the mistake she made. Is she's already making it, by the way.
She's doing.
She's holding,
Putting down the shield.
Yeah.
she had her shield up
And
in the
look here.
beginning.
Look this very closely. What is she doing now?
She's just standing in the
She's
choke.
not moving forward.
And she also
So-
let her shield get hit by fire strike.
Well, that doesn't really matter. But the most important thing is she literally just traded her whole shield for how much amount of space? 0. This place was already hers. Like no one ever pushed over here, the defenders. So she didn't even claim any space. She already has used up all her shields, and actually 300 health as well. That's the first mistake. This is the basics of a Reinhardt. Holding down M2 and press W. Like any Reinhardt to do that. But a good Reinhardt can drop his shield and keep walking up. Everyone knows here how to shield hop.
Shield hop?
Shield hopping, yes, like bunny jumping but with shield. So you hold your shield up, you drop it really quick, you run, and then you put your shield up again. Because when you put your shield up, you walk slowly, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you just drop it very short duration so that you don't get burst or you don't get someone killed at the back line who's pushing on you, and then you keep running and running and running. Let me see. So she didn't do that. That's the first mistake. This is, well, I don't want to be mean. That's all I'm saying. So this is bronze 2. And you see, like, as a bad Reinhardt will always be at the very back of his team. Like his whole team is in front of him. Well, he should be somewhere here. And this is just a suicide charge. Please don't do that. You're literally in the middle of the enemy team, and you're gonna die like in 5 seconds. Actually 3.
Where's his death?
Okay, do you see here? She's still behind her team. Like, the main tank is an anchor tank. Where they are, the team should be. And they're always, almost always in front. Almost always. No one's is if someone's in front of them, either that person is overextending, or you are underextending. You are literally next to your support. And that is extremely bad. Because you're positioning too safe. And you're not doing your job. Like the space right here is what you want. Because they're trying to protect this space. They're standing here. They're trying to. This is what they're trying to protect. To wait for their team to regroup and then push back onto the point. And you need to take them out right here. You need to have a shield right there. Like you should be here, holding the shield up. But she's like back here, swinging the hammer in the air. So, major mistake from that point. And from then on, right here. This is map specific, not specifically Ryan's fault, but everyone's fault. Can someone tell me what they as a team is doing wrong?
Fire striking when he's already got shatter.
Well, that's one thing, but I'm talking the team in general. This is map specific.
They're
Poking?
not pushing
Should
up.
be all, yeah.
They should be pushing up, yes, but why? The
So-
hint.
Get past that choke point.
Yeah.
No. The hint is that the distance between the third spawn and this location, the third spawn is all the way back there.
Oh, so it gives them more room, gives them more street time. So like the more everyone's died, they're gonna have to stagger and group up, while that just gives them more space to run the cart along.
Exactly. If they win this fight here, they win the whole point, or at least, at the very least, 70% of it. Like, right now, the enemy's team is already staggered. Their team is respawning. They're not even fully here. This is a free fight that you have to take. Even though the team is not pushing as a whole, the main tank should be calling for a push. This is what a main tank's job is for. Not So, right? So this is what a main tank should be calling. So he should be calling for pushes. Hello, Zam. He should be calling for pushes. He should be calling for where the team should be. in general, because where he should be is where the team should be, and they should be taking this fight right now. Because if they kill, because a normal stagger is like 15 to 20 seconds of the death timer, but this stagger right here, 15 to 20 seconds of the death timer and 15 to 20 seconds of running back to the point, to the second point. That is in total 40, possibly 40 seconds of free space, of free payload pushes that they can't even contest. So if you take a fight here, you have already taken half the point without even winning, without even doing anything. Like you only want 2 fights to win the whole point. That is extremely good. This is not run specific though. I just want to point that out because it was a making mistake. And most payload maps are like this. You want to push for that really huge stagger because the spawns between the spawn distance is huge for defenders. Like the first spawn is easy, but after the second and the third, it's extremely stupid. Like it's so far away. The third one is just ridiculous for defenders. It's so close. Okay, right here. This is not Ryan's fault anymore. This is just DPS beating. Like like these two are just fighting too easily. This is not Ryan's fault. But here,
Oh.
okay, that was a really bad ult. But
Rip.
there's another thing. There was another thing. The very fact that there was no reset after this 2 deaths. Like you already lost 2 people here. This is what you should be calling back off. Yeah, and you don't have to even say it. If a Ryan backs off with his shield, everyone's gonna start running. Like no one's gonna even be there anymore. Like they're gonna start running right away. They see, oh shit, I don't have any shield. They're gonna run away. So the fact that the Ryan is still here, is the team is like, do you really want to fight this? Even if they question it, they have to follow it, because they can't leave you be. They play with you. So the fact that the Ryan was still wanting to fight and then press Q, huge mistake.
Okay, jag tror du switch. Wait,
No.
wait.
I'm not here to bully her too much.
Too much.
Not too much. I actually like this though. Look at how well she's using her health. Like, look at this. Look, pay attention to her health. I don't know if she did it intentionally or not, but she did so well. Like right here, do you see it? Like she always hovering around 280, 250 health. Which means she's dropping down the shield, soak up the damage using her armor, and then put the shield back up. So she's using her armor so that it enables her, because armor takes reduced damage, right? So it's more beneficial to take damage with armor and then with health. So she's basically utilizing her healing, her team's healing. And this is just back positioning from there. Warthog. You know what? I don't really care. And they still want the fight, which is really weird. Oh, they press Q, never mind. And from there, there's nothing much to say. Okay, what's the next one? 885. You know, let's just fight this. Right here, she's doing this again. Look at how she's holding down the shield really hard. Look at the space between these two. This means 2 Ryans are giving free spaces. This is the space that is currently free. You can literally just walk up and take it. No one's even stopping you. And they both denying themselves that space. And then when they do walk up though, they walk a little too far up, both of them. They walk over each other and start swinging, and just left their team at that, which result in an instant death on Junkrat. Like I said, that you don't have to shield your team most of the time, because your team should be positioning to protect themselves. So like they shouldn't be positioned to die. They shouldn't be relying on your shield. But when they're pushing with you, when they're deathballing like this right now, they're deathballing, they're staying right next to you, shooting with you, contesting the point with you all the time. That's when you should always that's when their shield is not just for you, but for the team as well. If there's a soldier like way far back, just like chilling in the back shooting, then you don't need to care about him. But if there's like a Junkrat right next to you, needs your shield, then you need to shield up and you need to pay attention to the team composition, right? So this here is not just you claiming space. This is your whole team as a unit claiming space. So you're letting a part of your unit die because you're not holding up the shield. Because your shield is full health and your teammate just died. So this is overaggression. But before it was passive, and then it's translated to overaggression right away. And then it's just a
Ah
death.
merde, il était là le mec. À quel moment il est
Okay,
passé s'il te plaît
that still surprised me. Wow.
Ouais, on avait le Macri derrière.
Not bad.
And
Soldier,
Let's
je
scoop
pense
up another time.
two.
Ah, tu l'as stoppé?
Ouais,
Don't
donc,
lie,
mais de...
Good, guys.
There you go. She's doing that again. So basically, she's still holding up shield. She's very scared. Now she's scared of letting her team die. But that's just one soldier doing here, like shooting down, barely aiming, right? So with both her healers at the back, there's literally almost zero chance that soldier could kill anyone. And she's already losing 400 of her shield. Walking into a fight, she already wasted 400 health for shield. So think of Ryan. I guess it's like a merchant. I don't know. Like he's spending his shield as a currency, the spot to buy space in a way. And she's already wasted 400 shield for 0 space. Like this, there no one is protecting it. This is free. She's spending that 400 shield for free space. So every time you should maximize your shield. So if the enemy's team, these are good questions, right? So are you shield hopping? Is your shield is the team pushing on you? Do you have to shield them as well? Are we waiting or resetting so that we don't waste shield? Are we pushing now? We're pushing now. There's no damage and there's no fear. Just keep walking up with the shield down. So like it comes down to like how good a run is how long his shield is down, and his team is still winning. Like right here, these are big balls game. Like right here, look at that. She's not even holding up her shield. That's her usual stuff. But all of a sudden, she just starts swinging, and this is actually good because the enemy's team has no pressure anymore. And that's a bad ball. I want that.
Behind.
From here it's just easy win. They already got 2 picks. That ult though, I'll talk about that later.
Sorry, behind.
So that's basically when someone is shield botting, basically just holding up their shield and not really doing anything else.
C'est merci quoi.
That's them not maximizing their ability to use their shield. Like they're not maximizing the chance. And this is where actually right here, this is where they get punished for it. Right about closer. Okay, right here. This is when you shield bot and you get punished for that. Look at how fast her shield breaking. It's already gone. It's already at 400 health. And she didn't soak up any damage. Then she died. Straight up. They pressed Q. The enemy's team pressed Q, yeah. And that's one of the big reasons why they won that fight, to be honest. But still, the fact that she held up her shield for so long and keep walking slowly, her shield burns so fast that when she didn't even get to the point where she wanted to be, right? She wanted to be somewhere like her target location was here, like right here, like right here. She wanted to be at this corner, like standing somewhere here, poking in and out of the corner with her shield. But she's standing right in the middle with her shield almost broken. Like, imagine her shield is well used and it's like 1,400 health, and their shield is like weak. That duration between their shield down and your shield up, that's the duration for free kill for your DPS. Like the DPS could position so poorly to get kills for a very long time. So like that's 2-3 seconds. They can literally stand behind you without being afraid to get killed, and just instant pop someone else on the enemy's team. Like when this shield is down, they have to run away or else they're gonna get shot. Right? So in the shield war, which is this one, which shield ever break first loses. The team with a shield that breaks first lose right away. So always try to think how to avoid damage, how to keep my shield up and still staying alive, and the people who pushes with me also stay alive. That's how you should play Reinhardt. Not like, oh, should I block that or should I not? Like, how can I avoid breaking my shield? How much damage can my team absorb before they start dying? Then I put my shield up, and then let's go to a little more advanced, which is called shield hiding. Something Myro does. Where is that video? Give me 2 seconds. Right here. Copy this. This is, oh shoot. Wait a minute. Oh, this is in Korean. You guys gonna watch it yourself, okay? Because there's no subtitle in this thing, so you guys gotta watch it on YouTube. I'll post the link in the chat. So that's basically Myro teaching how to hide your shield, right? Because your shield is huge, like huge. You don't even use, like, you almost never use 40% of it. Like, 40, like they right now his team is only using this part of the shield. His team is not using this part. So this part right here is useless. This is free. This is the free damage on the shield. Like the enemies could be poking somewhere, just on this thing. Shoot this part of the shield, and not get attacked by enemy's team. Just hiding in the corner, poking at the shield for free. So what happens is the Rein should have been here, right here. The enemy's Rein should have been right here, as same as our Rein, in the corner, hiding half of his shield. Like his shield should be around here. Half of this part is hidden, so it can be shot, and this part is shown out, and so that the DPS behind can like peek down and shoot. They don't need this much. They don't need this. It's all about like when you play Run, it's basically how long can you keep your shield up with against insane enemy. Like that's basically all Ryan's about. If you watch this video, it will show Myro hiding his shield, literally half of his shield, and just use the other half for himself. Like he's telling his team, he's not shielding them, he's shielding himself. He's walking up continuously, and they have to shoot him to make him back off. And so he's absorbing damage. He's doing that by, that's kind of like the GM games, not even GM games, like a top 500 Overwatch League game, but like he's basically absorbing the damage by being very threatening, by continuously pushing and just invading enemy space, and then absorbing the damage, and then only half the shield to shield himself. So they're basically forced to shoot his shield, and you can only shoot half of it. So the chance of them killing that shield is reduced significantly. So now he just won that fight purely. Like look, if you watch the video, you will see how fast the end shield broke, and how slow his shield broke. His shield didn't even break. It actually didn't break. It was only low, and as soon as that shield was low, the enemy's team was already half dead. Like most of their teammates were already dead. That's how you win as a Reinhardt. If you think of ways you can keep your shield up. Either you drop down, let your team to absorb, but they don't die right away, unless there's like a Widow or a Hanzo. Then that's a different case where you have to hide in the corner and hide your shield all the time. You can't really drop against those snipers, but if there's no snipers, you can drop your shield for as long as you need, and then keep dropping it, putting back up, dropping it, putting back up. Maybe mix swings in between your dropping, basically maximizing the amount of time you can have your shield up. And that's it. And if the enemy shield breaks before you do, you win. You automatically win the fight. Unless your teammates can aim, then that's a different case. And that's really not your fault. That's just the enemy's team. Then it's just your team being bad. Okay, so we just covered trade shield over space, how you can maximize your shield. Don't let it take too much damage. Ways you can avoid taking damage. Ways you can avoid taking damage, like shield hopping, dropping up and down real quick, keep running up. Don't hold down M2 and walk, because that's the worst thing you can do. Don't stand the choke, obviously. And hiding your shield, so that hiding your shield is more or less like a defender kind of style, where you're standing still at a spot and you use the terrain to help you with it. And you just hide it, and you just basically force into a very awkward spot where the whole shield is vulnerable, while your shield is only half vulnerable. And one thing more I want to talk about is, in more detail, is how long can I drop my shield? Exactly, like how long? Like I said, you can drop your shield without your team dying, but how long exactly? Well, that depends on team composition, right? So think of a normal team composition 2-2-2, right? Two tanks, one main tank, one off tank, one main healer, one off healer, and two DPS. So it comes down to usually just the DPS. What type of DPS they are the hit scan. Hit scan has the highest potential to kill people because they have the highest accuracy and roughly quite high DPS. So they're almost insane at killing people, but they're not as good as.
Moved me by automatically.
Sorry.
And nothing no is you cut out and then Discord moved me for some reason.
Oh, what? Really? Did someone do that? Oh, it's RIP. Actually, Ken is having a computer problem. Wait, what was that again? Okay, yeah. How long can I drop the shield? So this comes down to how good your enemy's team is, basically. How good the enemy's DPS is, basically. Because, like, okay, a bronze DPS maybe take 10 maybe 5 seconds to kill the opponent with the shield down. A GM maybe take like 1 second to 1.5. It really depends. So this comes down to trying and then fail and then retry again. So like you just drop for as long as you think you can until you see, oh shit, my team's dying or I'm dying, and then you write it down and then you keep, like, you go full aggro, you go balls deep, you drop your shield as long as you can until you're punished, and then you slowly turn down the aggression until you find that good spot where your team can actually manage surviving without your shield. Like, say you push for 4 seconds, but turn out everyone dies at 4 seconds, you keep dropping down to 3 seconds, 2.5, and then you find that, okay, my team could survive around 2 to 2.5 seconds of shield down. So you always drop around that time now. Like, you make it a habit to drop around 2 to 2.5. And then, bam, you just have a better shield management. So sorry. Oh, sorry. My mom called me. Sorry. So everyone has to answer to their mom, right? Or else you're gonna get your ass whooped. So right. So DPS, but then when it comes to spam, spam has the lowest accuracy, so they're the least threatening, and you should put your shield down as much as you can, unless you're walking through the choke. So when you're not walking through the choke, spam has almost 0 kill potential. Besides Hanzo. Hanzo is a different type of spam. Like, that's just like, Hanzo is just Hanzo. Like, even if you have your shield up, sometimes he gets lucky headshots. Sometimes you have your shield on the whole time and he doesn't get even a shot on. So I can't really talk about that, but something like a Junkrat. If you're right in front of him, then obviously he's gonna hit. But if you're not walking in front of him, right, his spam is actually not that threatening if you're not walking through the choke. Like, your team could hit, like, he could shoot this full round and maybe hit your team 1 to 2 times. So like you can drop for a very long time against spams, because spams, it's all about shield breaking. They want to break your shield fast so that they win the shield war. So if you drop for a very long time, it basically counters the whole point of them doing that. So yeah, it's shield dropping and everything. I hope you guys are taking notes, by the way.
Yep.
It's gonna be a lot of basically, how do I say it, like word stuff. So like I'm not showing fancy tricks or anything. I'm just talking hypothetically. Oh, and one more thing. One more very important, crucial thing I forgot to mention. Which is something you could have actually done. Where is it? Where's the start? 8 seconds. 8 minutes. Right here.
Par contre là c'est...
Where are you? Okay, right here. I'm gonna show you right about now. What she could have done right here is actually standing at the choke and actually be efficient with it by doing exactly what I just said, hiding the shield. So she's gonna peek at the corner with only a small part of her shield, because then this whole shield right here in front of the enemy's team is fully vulnerable. But if she hides her shield here, it's always slightly vulnerable. So the DPS hitting on this is much lower than the DPS hitting on that big thing. So she can do this for the whole duration for like say 3 to 4 seconds, and this shield's gonna break first. She's gonna be at an advantage simply by hiding right in the corner. And as soon as that shield breaks, and you can tell right away, he's gonna back off. As soon as your shield drops low, he's gonna back off. That's your cue to put your shield down and start like be a madman and run straight to the point. Because now you're walking onto the point with shield advantage, and then it's just become your. I hope my DPS can aim, because their shield is gonna break 100% guaranteed break first. You already won the shield war simply by avoiding damage avoiding damage while them taking full damage for no reason. And then you just walk up the point, and it's a free win. You've already won simply by doing one small thing. So if she had actually done that, she would have forced this run into a very awkward position where he has no shield, so he has to run up and swing. So you then can focus him, kill him. You could even run back, wait for your shield to recharge, and then come back in with a full 2,000 health shield. Or you can just simply walk over the enemy's team. Either way, it's your choice. But that's how, like, this is in a Rein versus Rein comp. It's all about the shield war. Like, besides the ult thing, of course, I will talk about that later. Ult interaction is different, but when you don't have ult, this is all the whole point. The whole battle is about like who shields lives better, right? So you want to hide it. You want to think of whatever it takes. You can actually call to target focus the shield. You can hide here and you don't even have to hide. You can just say focus the shield, because then we win the shield war. We can even ignore like mercies here. We can do that. We can just safely poke the shield and then walk in. Like, there's many ways you can do it to win the shield war. Once you win the shield war, you win the fight. What else? All right. So now let's talk about Fire Strike, Charge, and then Ultimate. These are the things that must be talked over. It's very quick though. Fire Strike is the most simple thing. Like, you literally have not to think about it. It's purely for one reason: get ult charge. That's it. It's not to get kills. It's not to get anything. It's simply to build your ult charge. That's all it's about. Like, it's not about poking the enemy's team. It's never about poking the enemy's team. You want to get that ult charge, that fancy ult charge, without killing your team. So one thing you have to know about Fire Strike is when you use Fire Strike for the duration of like 1.5 seconds, it is 100% guaranteed you cannot put your shield up. So if a good Reinhardt will know that is the cue to press Q, because he knows for a fact that your shield cannot be put up because you're doing the Fire Strike animation. So during that so you have to be careful when people start getting ults. So you have to give space, you have to hide in the terrain, and then Fire Strike. Never Fire Strike in front of the enemy's Rein if they have the possibility that they have an ult. That's gonna be a free ult every single time. And you have to learn how to pay attention to that either, because the animation of the Fire Strike is kind of awkward, because sorry, what the frick, this thing is broken, doesn't matter. So the Fire Strike, so the animation is, if you swing, it goes from left to right midway, like kind of like horizontally, but if you Fire Strike, it goes under, so it goes all the way under. So as soon as you see the animation and you have ult, press Q. That's the time when you want to kill. That's a free shatter every single time he does that. And it's actually a really good bait. Actually, you know what? I'll show you guys later then. In game. What else? Okay, that's the biggest thing, right? That's the biggest thing that we need to talk about before we start doing anything else. You have seen use ult, right? It's very rushed. It's bad in general, because she ults as soon as she sees there's a potential that she might hit someone. Like, it's very dangerous, because ult you should only use ult when you really need it. So in a very even fight that you cannot win, or a losing fight that you're about to lose, like say you got picked, two people on your team got picked, and they got picked only one. So it's a slightly disadvantage at your spot, and you have to win the next fight. Then you ult. You don't just ult as soon as you see there's a potential for it. As soon as you see ultra shields down, I'm ulting. You have to always plan ahead. Like you need to know, okay, why am I ulting? Is my ult gonna result in killing people? Is my ult gonna actually guarantee the win? Because am I winning or am I not winning? If I'm not winning, I should ult. If I'm winning, I should never ult. There's actually multiple times when she ult in a winning fight. Let me see. I think it's 9:55. Where is it? Oh, it's around here. Right about. Oh,
Behind.
right here. There you go.
Come on,
Look
guys.
here. She got one picked. This is already a 6v5. This is huge. D.Va is very. This is, doesn't matter what role they have. One person down is huge. That's 4 abilities, 600 health down right now. Not doing anything. They have already been winning this, and not only that, Moira is ulting, and the enemy's Ryan is so low. He has already lost his armor, while our Ryan is full health. Like this is almost indication that you already won the fight. But she ulted and resulted in 1 kill, but that kill didn't really matter because they were already snowballing. In fact, they would have preferred the shield being with them as they push up for space and killing the enemy than the ult. So at all times, if you're not, oh, who's joining and leaving? Hello, who that? I didn't see it. I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess. Right. So, plan ahead. The key part of having a good ult is plan ahead. What am I ulting for? What is my combo? Can I combo with someone? Because Run ult is a CCO. Usually CCO wants to combo with something else, like Grab wants to combo with a blade or a bomb. A Ryan ult though, you can literally combo with anything else. That is an attack. That is a DPS ult. Like literally anything else. Visor could be done. Even just the Ryan Shatter alone can kill people. 2 kills or one to 2 kills is enough to tilt the fight, but not needed when you have already won it. So plan ahead. Think if you see that you're winning, don't press Q. Just hold on to it. Hold for as long as you need to. And now we're gonna start roasting Solaris. Where is Solaris?
Me?
Right here. Yeah. Now it's your turn, my dear.
Okay. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here you go. We're gonna go over the basic one more time, I guess. So right here, I like the shield and I like the drop. Like the bubble is given to you and you drop your shield right away. That's good coordination. But watch this. Bam. What the fudge? What is this? You step on a trap. This is literally death. Like death is staring at you right now. That your shield's about to break, and they're gonna kill you so fast if they're good. They didn't because you managed to like run into the corner right away, which is good. But you lost your shield. You failed to push completely due to a trap. Junkrat trap should always be pay attention to. Like if you step on a trap, you're a goner, almost 100% a goner. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't die, he has already taken your whole shield. This whole push is delayed now, and you're pushing with half your shield now. The Orisa shield, on the other hand, is on cooldowns, so they don't really care. So it's not like they don't really have to manage it as much. So they're always at a winning advantage. And I want to talk a little bit. We'll talk about the Ryan versus Ryan. Now let's talk about the Ryan versus Orisa. Orisa is a stationary shield with range. She has a stationary shield and she has range. Ryan has a moving shield and he's melee. The only way for Ryan to win is to walk over Orisa's shield, like literally walk over it, because Orisa has more shield in total per seconds, I guess, and she has damage. You don't. You barely does when you walk up to people. So your best chance is Sorry. So your best chance is right is to full shield, walk over her, shield up, drop down, keep hopping, use your armor, soak a little bit of damage, put it down for a little bit, soak some little bit of damage, put the shield back up, keep walking over her shield. That is the only time when you will win with Orisa, against Orisa. And for Orisa matchup, you want to keep distant. This is the only thing that's keeping Orisa alive. Is the distance between Rein and Orisa. As soon as distance is gone, she's gone. Because Rein's gonna start swinging. And Orisa cannot block that. She can buff herself up and take some reduced damage, but even then it doesn't matter. Because once she's on the run, she's cornered because she's gonna have to drop the shield and then he's gonna keep walking over it. Every single time she drops the shield, he's gonna keep walking over it, and that shield is obsolete. Because the shield can no longer shield her. She always has to stay next to her shield. So if she has to walk away from her shield, she loses her shield. So if you're on run and you can walk over Orisa's shield, her shield ability is almost non-existent. And your shield is 2,000 health. So that's a win for you.
Ow.
So I don't like that you pushed the choke with half the shield. That's very dangerous. And then you kind of like pokey at it. And then you walk in it. This is really balls deep. I liked it. But
I don't have a bubble.
there wasn't any... This is really balls deep. I love this, right? Like this is what you need to be doing the whole time. Like you just walked over that shield. And once you walked over, they're goners. Like look at how fast they die.
Where's turret?
Because you walk over the shield. There's no shield anymore. There's like the shield standing chilling here. Like what's it gonna do? Just walk over it.
Ow.
And then it's not there anymore. I don't like this here though. Like this team is scattered. Like you are here and the team died somewhere on the right side. This is poor team coordination. Like the main tank should always have his team backed up, and the main tank should always call out where he's going. Like think of yourself as PewDiePie basically. Like I'm playing a game and I'm narrating it. So I'm saying I'm pushing mid. I'm going on the point. I'm going on the left side. Push with me. Like just keep saying what you're doing basically. So they know what you're doing and so they can follow it. They're not, your teammates are not mind readers. So they have to know what you're doing and you have to say it. And right here, you're dead. Like the team, this is not entirely her fault. This is basically the whole team's fault for not coordinating the push. And what? Oh, what? What was that? That was a
I
really
don't think I
bad
can
charge,
escape.
but you got a kill, so it turned into a good charge. I don't brace that though. I still say it's a bad decision. Like you should never charge like that ever. But you got a kill out of it, so I don't know.
That was I remember that moment. I think what happened was that there was no way I was going to get out of that alive, so I just figured I was going to take someone with me. I don't know.
Maybe that was a good choice. It's hard to say.
Let's push down.
Okay, here again. Do you see how long you're like hesitating to walk over? Like during this hesitation, you're just giving them time to shoot your shield down. You literally have to, what you have to do is when you walked up to you have to hug the wall here, right? The terrain, this terrain. Either you want to fight the shield war and poke it, like have your shield out, standing right here, and your team shooting at the enemy's shield, fully exposed, which I don't advise against Orisa, because Orisa almost always win the shield war, no matter how good you manage it. So you don't want to keep range. You want to keep walking up here, and then you call out the push, like 3, 2, 1. And then you charge straight and over it, like what you just did before this push before. That you walked over her shield and her team scattered right away. There's like, oh fuck, not anymore. Like look at this, bam, whole team scattered. Just walked over her shield, and all of a sudden the shield is non-existent. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't block shit. And then you just whoop their ass with your ults. See, bam. Although their team killed you too. Wow. Okay, that thing just...
I'm gonna die.
That guy just killed everyone. Wow. Okay, that was not so much of... That wasn't bad play from you, personally. I think that was just mechanics. They were mechanically better than you are, and they just whooped your ass.
Lucio here.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Okay.
I almost
I
have.
feel like we probably have to kill the turret before we push in.
Yeah. Can we try to push up along left side stairs?
We have a pick.
I would say that the turret should just be avoided. Generally, you don't even want to contest the Torb. Like, you see a Torb, where his shield is, where his turret is, you walk the other side. If it's on the left, you go the right. You just avoid it and make it useless. Basically, like Orisa's shield. You make it obsolete by moving away from it or over it. I generally don't advise to attack the Torb turret because he can place another one right away. Like, if you shove left, take the turret, he's gonna put on the right and put a new one. Like, it's just waste your time.
You got me?
And so far, the first push was okay, disorganized. The second push was just they mechanically played better on that fight, and that was about it. And right now, you're pushing a 5v6, which is very dangerous.
Ah, fuck.
And still, you're not coordinating your push, right? Like, you dropped here, no one is dropping with you. Like, the Zarya had to stay outside and look at you to know what you're doing. Like, that is really poor because you need because what if that's not Zarya? What if it's like a DPS who's busy fighting someone else on the left side, and he's thinking, oh, we call onto the left, so he's gonna assume you're following him, so he's gonna assume that he's gonna have backup real soon, but it's in fact you're on the point and not on the left side, so he's gonna die. He may die on the left
We got it.
because he's by himself.
Get that
Got
turret.
beat out of it.
Turret first.
So try to shot call where you're going. That's right.
Turret down. Go in. Go in.
Pushed out.
It's kind of like
You're good,
monkey,
you're
like
even.
No turret, no turret. Diva. Melt this Diva, melt this Diva. Kill this Diva.
yeah, that was just them pressing Q. It wasn't like there wasn't much to talk about. They just pressed Q and you lost because you didn't press Q as much. But now you win. Keep swinging, yeah. Oh, well, let's not talk about that. Wow. Okay, this Pharah is going nuts. Okay. No target shot call though. I don't like this.
Oh, okay,
There's no target focus. I know this is not for rank so much as like Grim. Like you always need someone to call out. It's usually the Ryan too. Call out who is the most dangerous one, and tell to focus that person, or just an easy kill in general. So right there you were attacking Orisa, who was just by herself, and you already walked over her shield. You should call Orisa focus, and she dropped right away. Like,
Push hard.
you don't want to spread your damage ever.
I think watch
That's
out
the
for
worst thing to
Tyre.
do
I think watch out
against
if they don't
healing.
have a Torb, they went Soul
Because when you spread your
So
damage,
watch
it's
out
very easy
for,
to heal. But when you focus on one person and burst
They
that
pop
person,
a-
it's almost an instant kill. Heal cannot save that.
They use bomb bongo.
I'm gonna flank them when you guys move in.
Okay, this is good.
Okay, so they basically.
Then that's bad.
Probably.
So I like that you waited for your team to group up before you pushed, but then you stay at the choke for like a second,
Okay,
like
so
half
they
a second, right
basically-
here. You see it?
They basically
You're gonna stand here, right here.
Probably.
Like that's not good. When you put your shoe up, move right away. Like don't stop, no stop, no pause. Like think of yourself as a train. Don't stop. Just keep running straight. Balls deeps. Push your limit. Like use that health. Use a 200 armor. Take some damage. Walked up. Take spam. Put you up and down. Like I said, shoe hopping up to their face. Start swinging, and then just stay alive from there. But don't stand still. Stand still at the choke. Very dangerous.
Okay, push
Even
in.
if it's just
3,
half a second.
2, 1, go.
Right here though, rough one, right? Because you dropped your shield for a little too long against 5 people focusing you. You see how fast they burn you?
Okay, push in
Like-
3,
Bam, like look at this.
and in 3,
Less than a second, you're full health.
1, go.
That was 500 health just gone right away.
Lost?
And your team Tracer, she wasn't even there. She couldn't coordinate the push with you. Like right there how you said, okay, I'm gonna use my push, I'm gonna walk up right 3, 2 now. And then you walked up at the same time and you die with it. Then the Tracer, and during that time when you're being shot, Tracer has a free shot on every single one of these members. She can literally one-shot a support right here and trade the kill. And as soon as she's in the middle, the enemy's back, she's in the back line, they're gonna turn the focus on her. And all of a sudden, she can shoot some more, press E, walk away, and then re-pressure, and so is your team is pushing up with you. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Main tanks, you have to coordinate it. You have to coordinate your push. Like, every second, every second that the shield is being wasted, you're gonna die. Like every second the shield is being wasted is bad. Like that second could have been used for the tracer to shoot someone and kill that person, right? So coordination all time. You see how fast she dropped people? Like had you coordinated that with her,
should be here watching this.
100% you would have won that fight without you dying. And if you die, 100% your team would wipe the enemy's team,
But my
like
team
straight ahead. Like
Generally
your
does
whole
not
team
Barrage
did
here.
not expect the tracer
We have
push.
Shadow Barrage.
follow,
That
but
was
they
a
don't- none
free
of them
push.
tilting,
I want
so
you guys
Had
to
it
go
been
down main.
a little better coordinated.
They don't know
So this is when your job is jumping
I'll
as a
push,
as a main tank.
Like, they give me
You
shit
need
for
to
going
coordinate
in
your
my
shit.
zone.
Like
Oh, we're going up top right.
you need to coordinate the pushes for your team because you're the one who's gonna make the call to
Shield
push.
has
Let's
very-
go main, guys.
So you have to
If it doesn't last
coordinate with your team. Like right now, walk up. Yeah, just keep walking up.
Main.
Keep walking up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Flares, what are
Okay,
you doing?
I'm gonna peek now. Like say I'm gonna peek now. There. Keep going. No, walk up. Yeah, walk up. Where's your team? What? Where's your team?
We're split.
What? Why not? You're death balling. Okay, that's a really weird call from your team, I would say. If your Ryan is pushing up like that, your team needs to be there to death ball with you. Like your Zarya is supposed to be there to soak all that damage with you. You're both supposed to be dying there, not just one person. That was a really weird push.
I'm gonna try and get grab from the Stila then.
Yeah, we have grab pulls for next fight. We can do the same thing where we pull them off of high ground, except that
That was really weird push. I won't lie.
And then something
yeah, we
happened.
were gonna go main.
Okay, do it again.
Yeah, they're all up there.
Third time's a charm.
Okay, you're distracting. We're gonna push in now.
Junkrat
Let's go,
jump
guys.
down, right?
Everyone
Two
in,
down,
everyone
two
in.
down.
Oh. Oh, this is gonna be a rough one. They're pressing Qs. Yeah, you just have to lose here. They press 3 Qs. You have to lose. There's no way to win that.
3 ult, I think? Yeah, 3.
Maybe thought I saw a huge.
Okay, now is the time you go in with your ults,
You're back,
if
you're
you
back.
have them.
Where's
Right.
the
Don't fret.
Mhm.
Unless
Off the high ground.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Right.
Junkrat jump.
Oh. Okay. Nice outlet.
2, 1, go.
Right. You
Junkrat
see
jump.
here? Like, you kind of like have like your off tank is kind of a little bit above you. That's okay because she's absorbing the
jump.
damage, but you're backed off. That's the worst thing to do as a Ryan. When you're shielding.
no.
Still right here, right? So when you plan to push, pause deeps. No stop, full pause. No pause.
Junkrat jump down. We can get on.
You
for
cannot
free.
stop. You cannot walk back. You have to keep going, no matter how much damage they put on you. Once you plan that push, you have to keep walking.
That Mara's one.
Even if it costs you your life, that decision has already been made. And here you win the fight, huh?
It's control shift
Should.
equals. Control shift equals.
Nice charge. That is beautiful. That is what charge is supposed to be. On an easy tank, who was stationary, who lost her booster, so there was no way she could dodge that. So all you had to do was just a little bit of aim, and bam, 250 damage out of nowhere, given to you. Now that ultra is up, right?
Mm.
But that's the only time when you want to charge. Really, the only time, like, or against the enemy's run. Sorry.
After the fight.
Oh, it's pause.
Oh, is
What?
that the strat?
Normally do after the fight.
Oh heck.
Just because,
Alright.
like, it's mid-fight, that's all.
So is there a diva bomb or where am I?
Well, that's enough for her, actually. That's my point, right? It's still the same thing. It's kind of like it's a lot less about because you're taking so much damage. They actually start focusing your shield and you. It makes you feel threatened, right? But you have to keep walking no matter what. You have to know the limit how much damage they can dish on you. And the first push, they dish on you really hard, and you learn that shit. I cannot do that again. So you start feeling the pressure, and you start like walking back and forth, thinking, "Can I come in?" And then when you actually did come in for a second time, and you actually did really well, your team wasn't really backing you up, which was weird. That demotivated you even further. And on the third and the fourth push, you're basically just standing still, walking up, and like have to wait for your option to push, and then you push with her. So you see that it's kind of rough for the main tank to kind of like estimate how much damage they can absorb. But you just have to like be vigilant of it. Like just don't be afraid. Keep pushing it and see how far it goes. Like you have to look back to okay, here, was it my fault that I died, or was it that my team just weren't coordinated with me and we didn't push together, and we weren't fighting at the same time? Like you were up there, you already coordinated your push, you already said that, hey, I'm pushing, and you're doing it, but your team wasn't backing you up, and that's their fault, not your fault. So if you die, then that's the team fault in general. It's not really your fault, and you should keep doing that. Don't stop doing that. And here it's done. As for now, that's basically 99% of what I want to talk about is shield usage. It's just really pressing W and pressing M2. Like how long can you survive with your shield, and how much damage can you absorb while pushing up. But the last bit part though is I want to talk about a little bit. I talk about a little bit of comms too. So when you are a main tank, right, you decide when to push, when not to. So you have to allow your team to know when you're doing it. That's basically almost all of the job as Reinhardt. Like you want to tell your team when you're pushing and when you're not. You have to make sure that when you do that, you coordinate well enough that everyone is doing the push at the same time, or doing something helpful for the push. Because your tracer cannot be 2 seconds late. Even 2 seconds late is too like given. She was given 3 seconds and she got 2 kills. That 2 seconds could have been another kill on a tank or like a squishy. That could have been an easy fight, but because it wasn't coordinated, you lost it. So comms, try to narrate your game. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really awkward because like, oh, I'm pushing. You're like, no shit. But like you have to say it. Like I'm pushing, and as soon as they heard the word I'm pushing, they push with you. They pressure with you. They walk with you. They walk up. Like the flanker heard that, and they're like, okay, I'm flanking right now. Like I'm gonna flank at their back right now. And as soon and like everyone collapsing on the enemy's defense at the same time, right? And that's for attack. Now let's talk defense. Defense though, now that's the beauty, because on defense you don't defend you don't attack. So how do you defend? How do you claim space when it's already claimed? How do you use that? Well, on defense, it's just mainly hiding your shield. That's literally 80% of what I do when I'm on Reinhardt on defense. That's 99% of what I do, like legit, because you're not walking up anymore. You're not pressing W. You don't press W at all. So here, this video of Ray is the perfect example of a Reinhardt on defense. What time was it? 1 hour 2 seconds, 2 minutes. 1 hour 2 minutes. It's very short. It's one round that they failed miserably on defense, and it's team wise mistakes, but there were some mistake on the Reinhardt. All right, let's go. Where is it? Damn.
The words for
Come on. 20 seconds. 5 more. Okay. And right here. Let's go. So, right? No pressing W. So your whole job now comes down to how am I gonna keep my shield alive while standing still? Right here, I do not like this push. It was very sudden, even though they got 1 kill, right? Now this is a 5v6. This is a 6v5 on their favor. But she pushes before this happened. This just happened like 0.1 second ago. So she didn't even know. She didn't even know this was gonna happen before she pushed up. But she pushed up. This is really aggressive style Reinhardt. This is more like, I know I'm gonna win, so I'm just gonna pick a fight right away kind of thing. Like I don't advise this ever, especially on ladder. You never want to do this because you don't know your teammates and you don't know the enemy. But on scrim, maybe because maybe you definitely know your team. You maybe know your teammates. You maybe know your enemy. So you may push this hard, but all the time, what she should be doing is she should be actually stop. Go back, go down, please. Okay, right here, hiding right here. Shield up. Peek a little bit. Give your basically when you're on defense, all you focus on is the enemy's shield, because that is being another on attack. They want to trade that shield for space. So you want to trade your shield for their shield so that they can't use that shield to trade for space anymore. So you want to maximize your chance to destroy their shield, so that every time their shield is shut down, their push is shut down, so they lose their space. So that's all you want to do as a Reinhardt on defense. It's very kind of boring, but that's literally your whole job. You just hide in the corner, pick your shield up, and then your team break that shield. That's all it's about. And she's pressing really hard on these like advantages. She's betting
You know right
that
before
her
you're about to
team
do
will
it, so
always
we're
win
ready.
the fight. I don't like the bet because I don't
Oh, I tried
ever
sorry,
do
sorry.
that. But right here, you can press now because you got a kill again.
Let's push him, push him, push him.
But that was very aggressive style defense.
Alright, I'm ready.
Like defenders almost never want to defend. No, almost never want to fight, right? Because defenders want to draw it out. Defenders don't need to claim anything. They don't need to get a kill. They just want the enemy's team to stop pushing. That's all they care about. The enemy's team stop pushing. So they're either gonna trade shield, trade resources, or trade kills, or simply just poke. They love poking. Defenders love poking, right? Because
Sorry,
that's
sorry,
all.
needs to die,
Because
needs to
when you
die.
poke, no one is getting anything. Like just what time is just passing, and that's on the defender's advantage. Because they want to waste the attacker's time. I want to talk a little bit about this now. Right here. So Mangina is just popping off, just whooping the enemy's ass all the time. But you never want to rely on this, like ever. You don't want to rely on your DPS to get kills.
Other
So
rotating. I need
don't
help.
push up like this far up. Like this is very far up. Like imagine when his shield breaks, which is roughly like right now. Look at how much she shoved back to the wall because she pushed so far up she couldn't retreat anymore, and they shoved her to the wall, and she had to charge in. And this was
Sorry, needs to die, sorry.
that was very dangerous. That was 3 seconds of shield down. Oh, sorry, 2 seconds of shield down. Had the enemy's team know what to do, they would have focused the Reinhardt right away, and that would have been a straight kill for the Reinhardt. So what you want to do is you want to popping on the corner, trading. That's all you want to do. And when you see a kill on your team, like I want to keep poking. You never want to be bulky. She's in a way, she's playing Reinhardt on defense like she's on attack. Like she's trying to claim the enemy's space when she doesn't even need to, right? Like this was just right because the enemy's team's already dead. They're already won this fight, so they actually wanted to push that.
Alright, I'm gonna
But
close to Shatter here.
before that, they don't want to push. Like
I have Shatter, which means they probably.
right here, she want to be standing here or here. Poke a little bit. Just that's all you need to do. Like it's just that simple. Like what the enemy's team wants this guy's shield, right? They need that shield. So if that shield is down, their push is down. That's all you want to do. You just identify their objective, and then you shut that shit down. That's all you need to do. They're gonna walk up really fast though. So this is when the Rein 1v1 comes in. Everyone has ult. This comes down to game decision, right? So right here, that fire strike should have been punished. She fire strike in front of a Reinhardt. That should have been a shatter down right there. The enemies didn't shatter, which was bad. And then she shattered, which was weird. And then they shattered, which was also weird. So you see that, right? So when the enemy's Rein shield is healthy, there's no reason for him to drop the shield. Like he will drop a few seconds, yeah. He'll drop like 1 to 2 seconds, but that's more than enough for him to put it back up as soon as he see that animation going up, right? Going like the hammer going from the back straight down, right? As soon as you see that hammer down that animation, he's gonna pop that shield up again, like straight away. The only time when you can get through his shield is when you literally walked over him and shatter behind him, when you break his shield, or when he's fire striking. Those are the only 3 times when you can actually shatter the enemy's team. Like the fourth, like the small chances, like you understand the pattern of when they drop shield and when they push you up, that's really risky. That was what these guys were aiming for. Like they were assuming that as soon as they shatter, the enemy's team is going to drop the shield because of the shield dropping pattern. But that wasn't the case, and they failed both their ults, and they just threw a very huge ult. That could have been a winning fight. So try not to make that decision when you don't have to.
Don't worry, you'll get to target.
Like a Rhine with a shatter
Ready? Do it
is,
now, do it now, do it now.
is
Oh, wait,
oh,
careful.
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
and
gonna
from
die, I'm
here
gonna die.
they just lose the fight because they lost one person already.
Oh.
Why do we do this? Why did we do this?
Oh,
Why did I counter grab
actually,
you? Is it because you were gonna grab?
oh, right here.
Sorry, my
Look at this. This is the time when the enemy's team punish bad spawn. Look at how
Alright, my
bad
frame-
they're gonna
my
get
frame
staggered
dropped
after
a
this.
lot there. I couldn't even tell what was
Okay.
happening.
Like they're gonna get staggered
Back down,
super
back down.
hard. Like they're gonna pick the fight very early, prematurely, and they're gonna
so
lose
Did
it.
they use Valk
Like,
there?
Look at
Yep,
that. Look
yeah.
at that. Look at those DPS. They have already the point was barely claimed, but they're already up here. Like they're already trying to claim this spot. Their Ryan should be up here somewhere. Like I don't know what the Ryan's doing. I think he's Dave King, but he should be up here right now. Like he should be picking this fight right away. Like he does not want the enemy's team to regroup. He wants to pick the fight as soon as he can. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care. There's a payload. Yeah, just put the Zen on it, and everyone go. Right? That's what the Zen's for. Like he's just AFKing on the payload.
Have a widow up in
Like,
the window.
that's
She's
like
up in
this
the
whole
window.
objective. And like right here, do you see how much they're
Help me with
pressuring?
this, help me.
Like the payload is not even here. It's all the way back there, and they're already shoving this here. And they're gonna lose this fight.
Okay, push shield up. I'll probably get
Actually, they're not. Wow, their team is actually good. Never mind that.
Sorry.
But it doesn't matter because
Ryan
the
Paul,
enemy
Ryan
team
Paul.
regroup right away. They have they've been pushing the payload this whole time.
Paul?
Even if they lost the fight, they still got free push. So technically, they gave
Alright,
some
sorry,
ult charge.
stop.
That was the only thing they lost.
I'm close.
They're still pushing.
They got walls.
Like look at how they're still pushing with 2 people
I need
down.
to charge shield, sorry.
Tracer's going around.
This is how bad second point is. If you don't wipe the enemy's team, the push is not gonna stop. So
Watch out,
you
Widow.
only want to
I
pick
need
the
to charge
fight
shield, I need to charge shield.
when you're gonna wipe them.
I got shot by Widow.
Right here.
Like,
They're gonna wipe you one time,
Fuck.
and they're gonna lose the whole
My
point.
frames
right
are
now.
dropping so hard right now. It's really
oh
bad.
no. Just
They're gonna
It's
lose
like
the
these
whole
little
point.
particle effects from
Like, it's already gone.
Zarya. I'm sorry, I'm giving them so much
The,
space.
the payload has not been stopped
Okay,
once
okay.
this whole time. Even when they won
I
one
blocked it, I
fight,
blocked it, I blocked it.
the enemy's team won one fight, and they have been continuously
No.
fighting.
Haven't seen her yet.
They have got this. This is the only time when the payload will stop, but it's barely 2 seconds, barely 5 seconds. This whole time they have been
I
pushing
need
this
to stop
payload
my
for
recording
free
because my frames-
because
She's on.
Nice, good
Ray
job,
team,
good job.
the area
Get us point,
didn't
get us point,
regroup.
I'm coming back.
and when they did regroup,
Nice.
they lost that fight.
Targets. You're three,
I got the res off, but she's dead.
you're three
Wow,
right now. You're
also
three
the
right
widow
now.
popped off. I won't lie.
I'm coming back. Fight in car, fight
But
in
look
car.
at how far he has a charge, but he still had to push
Yeah,
all
you
the way
died
back
for it, you're
here,
gonna die.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm trying to fight
and they're still gonna lose this fight.
Yeah.
Alright,
Because
alright.
they're so
nobody
staggered.
Nobody else come.
Boom.
Yep.
That's all. That's all it takes. One good push. One. They won one fight. They lost one fight. They won one fight. They got the point for free, with barely. Ares team stopped for like 10 seconds to 15 seconds. The whole point took less than. That was the only time the payload was stopped. So you see like how important. And this actually should have been from Relina. I'm sorry. That should have been Reinhardt calling regroup. As soon as he sees around him 4 people, damn, run. Like straight, run. Just keep running. 6, come back. Wipe the enemy's team. Take the point. But if you don't wipe their team, you start running again. You keep regrouping until you wipe the enemy's team. It comes down to either you wipe them or you don't, and you get wiped. So if they stall out the fight, they come back still faster than you are. So they're technically still winning. And one of the things is that over aggressive Reinhardt on defense is dangerous because you're pushing really hard for the space you have already claimed. Like when you're doing payload, it's not like KOF, right? It's not like KOF where like the point is kind of like everyone's space, and you want to try. It's like neutral space, and it's like it belongs to everyone at the same time. Like everyone's on it, and they're trying to fight for it. It's an awkward thing. And on attack, it's already claimed by the enemy's team, so you want to push for it. But when you're on defense and you have already gotten the space and you want to protect it, you want to trade shield. Most of the time, that's all you want to do. You want to trade shield, you want to trade heal, you want to poke. You don't want to fight. You don't want them to advance. So the only time you only need to stop them from advancing. You don't need to kill them, right? So you just want to maximize your shield. You wanna poke, and both shield down. We both back off, waste time. That's good. But if you pushed and you fight, there is a very huge chance. There is a chance you can lose. And when you do lose, you lose the point. You lose the space. So you're risking for nothing actually. You're actually risking it for nothing. So I usually only start fighting when I have to, like when the enemy's already
so
up my face and I can't really back off any longer. Like if I backed off, I'll lose the point. That's when I start fighting. That's when I start. Okay, let's walk off. Let's start swinging their face. But before that, I do not want to do anything. So like right here, right? Where do you think he should be? Like where do you think she should do? Hello? Anyone? Hello? Have I been talking to myself this whole time?
No, I'm listening.
I hope you are.
Yes.
I hope we all are, but okay, so right here, right?
Taking the space.
Yeah, where does she want to be right now? Because this is third point. The spawn advantage is now on her side, not on the enemies anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to take the fight as soon as possible. This is last point. There's no more pokey stalling. She wants to take the fight to their face. So she wants to walk up now. This is the time when she actually wants to walk up. Before she had the spawn, she didn't have the spawn advantage. She wanna draw out the fight. She didn't want to fight. But now that she has the spawn advantage, she wants to fight every single time as soon as possible. She just walk up and fight. This comes down to who's the better runner. Like shield hopping, shield management, dropping shield, swinging. Hero interaction overall, I will mention it later. Like Zarya interaction with, like don't swing the Zarya when she's bubble and everything else, and like don't fire strike a Genji. Like those small things I'll talk later on. But I'm talking macro right now. Oh, okay, that's, you know why that is a bad charge. As soon as you charge, your whole team die. You should never do that.
I'm playing really badly.
But it wasn't really her fault, to be honest. The fight was already a lost fight. As soon as they start fighting, like the enemy wiped their team with ultimate. Like they were already winning the fight. Oh,
I know.
nice jump. From here, I don't care. This is Winston gameplay anyway. So right. So defense is a little different. You don't want to fight anymore. You don't want to claim as much because she already claimed it. You want to defend, so you want to draw, you want to poke. That's when like Orisa is actually better than Reinhardt because that's what she does. She wants to poke, she wants to keep distance. That's what she does. So she's obviously excels more at defending than Reinhardt. But Reinhardt can still be usable. Like Reinhardt's fire strike and Reinhardt ult is still huge, much bigger than any other ults of the game. So like if you play him well, if you play him like passively, just like Orisa, like imagine yourself as Orisa basically, and just doing that, and when they shove to your face, trying to claim the spot that you cannot give up, then you start walking up to them and fight them back, and that's good. That's your job. So over here you see an example of a really good attack Reinhardt, but he didn't realize that he was on defense. So the whole time he was playing on the wrong team. So he was trying to fight. He was trying to claim the enemy's space, which is the enemy's spawn space, which not even needed, right? So try to be passive. When you like don't just hold up shield, obviously, like drop shield and everything, but don't pick fights. Try to pick pokes. That should be it for that's everything about Reinhardt and about claiming space and using shield. That's 99% of Reinhardt actually. Yeah, that's it. Like. Not much else to say. Now, comms, I already talked about that. Ultimates, yeah, abilities, fire strike, yeah, charged it. Combos, everyone knows the combo, right? The combo of the M1 into fire strike into M1, and the swing, fire strike, animation cancel. That one? That does like 300 damage or 250.
No. No. I don't.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's when we hopped onto the actual game. I'll show you guys in game. Please hop onto Overwatch.
Okay. Okay.
We'll make a room and I'll show you that, and I will show you the animation cancel for Reinhardt on ultimates on E. Like when you have to train yourself so that every time you see that fire strike coming out and you have ult, you press Q. Like almost a reaction based. Also, who's pinging me? Wow, that team got fucked. That's sad. What happened?
What's your BNet toxic?
I'll post it right away.
Okay.
Okay. You might want to copy paste it because it has like weird letters and shit. I can't even type them myself. Oh, can't copy paste it. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna switch accounts. Switch to my real account. Jesus. I should have never named like that. So edgy. I'll post it in workshop.
Okay.
There. Wait, how many do we have? Oh, shop. Do we have enough room for like one? Actually, we have enough. Yeah, more than enough. Easy. This should be the last part too. So, like I've said it multiple times, right? It's all about that shield. That's literally 90% Reinhardt. It's just how you use the shield, how many times you dropped it, or what you dropped it. Everything else is extra spicy.
So against a Junkrat.
Divecom. Oh, I thought you were gonna say Divecom. Sorry. Against a Junkrat, yeah.
Against a Junkrat, we're not supposed to catch the spam that he's throwing at us. Is that with the shield?
Depends. If you're walking to the choke with your whole team, then you have to catch them. You don't have a choice because it's gonna hit everyone.
Right.
But once you're out the choke, every man for himself.
Okay.
Like at that point, if your team doesn't know how to dodge it, then it's their fault.
Okay.
Like of course you still have to catch it from time to time. Like don't let him use all of his damage, but try not to catch everything of it.
Okay.
Because his accuracy is low.
Right.
So he's almost gonna miss everything, unless he's up your face. Like it really depends on the position he is, where you are, and map specific. It comes down to experience. Basically, you have to experience it, look back to it, and see. Okay, I should have actually blocked that damage there because I was walking through the choke, or like I should have blocked it because I was really close to him. Is everyone in here?
I think.
I got 2 friend requests. Zam, Kahina, Kinesis, is that one of us?
Yes, that's me.
Yes.
Here.
Are we on NA?
Yes, we are. Oh shoot, are you Eon?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Rip. Service.
Oh, is there? Wait, you cannot join us? Really? It's region. It's region blocked. Yeah. Well, I didn't expect this. Does anyone know how to record your stream? Maybe show later on. Show later on.
Yeah, I can record